What's up? You're watching TVU's Most Wanted. I'm Jared, and the Almost hanging out with me on the show today.
Hola.
How have you guys been, man?
Good, man.
Wow, yeah,
It's been a little bit since we've seen you, but Aaron, you said a lot of stuff was going on the last time we chatted, so what have you guys been up to?
We're doing like a B-Market tour right now. Just ended, actually. We're on tour with Switchfoot now.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Is that the tour that you wouldn't tell me about the last time we talked? 'Cause I remember you were like, see that camera there? I can't really tell you who we're going on tour with.
That's the one.
That's the one. Now you know. I know everybody was wondering, it's Switchfoot, and you're on tour with Switchfoot now. So how was the Monster tour for you guys? House of Heroes, Between the Trees?
It was great. It was sort of got into some really small rooms, and it was awesome. So
that's cool. Unfortunately, though, once you guys started touring with Between the Trees, they were like, hey, we're going to quit by the end of this year. What's going on with that, man?
I don't know.
Tour with bands and they break
We're trying to talk them into not
They're
quitting.
such a good band. I don't really understand it either. So.
They're going to quit. But the tour ended with a bang.
Yeah?
The last night of tour before Switchfoot, it was huge.
Yeah?
It was just insane.
I'm imagining it was
If you were
fantastic.
there, you know what I'm talking about. It was just like...
What exactly was the...
you just got to... just use your
Can't even describe it in words. You just had to
It just rained Doritos. No, it was good last night of tour. It was just the best. The best one I can remember.
Right, obviously. Obviously. So the last time we talked, you guys were talking about some new music. Aaron, I know you were going into the studio to do your solo thing. And you were talking about new music with the Almost as well. Tell me a little bit about that.
We are just now beginning to kind of talk about writing another Almost record. I just finished a worship record.
How was that?
Good, man. It's been a whole different thing for me. You know, I kind of got my start as a musician playing worship, so something I wanted to do for a long time, and it went really good. So I'm stoked.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, what's the talk about writing new stuff for the Almost?
I think for us, it's probably we never try to force anything, but you know.
Why not, man?
Sounds awesome. It's a
force it, bro.
But I mean, for us, it's about timing things right, and he's got something else going on, and so we're excited to see what that does and where he takes that. But for us, I mean, it's about just, you know, our record is sort of not as new. I think you can only tour on it so long. We're not going to be a band that tours 5 years on one record, because that's just the opposite of cool. You
know what? I'm sure fans appreciate that, because once you tour on a record for like 2 years, it's like, hey, some new music would be great, and then you got to force it, and you don't want that.
But we're in that weird spot where it's like we've toured a little bit on it, but we also have never got a chance to even play a lot of the songs even live, and sometimes that's how it goes, you know. So it's still new to us, but we realize the kid that might have bought it and listened to it, you know, if there's a kid out there that bought it still, and for everyone else,
you just made it sound like nobody bought your album. Like, I mean, my mom bought it, and she really liked it.
No, she didn't. We got free ones that we gave to our mom.
There it is.
But yeah, you know, we just don't want to bore anybody, and also too, like, it's just fun to make new music, and we write really well together, and we're just, you know, I don't know. There's no reason to wait. So now we're getting into that mode, but.
Gotcha. So just kind of getting into it now, you know, looking forward to writing.
Making the transition. We're trying to put the Monster sort of to bed a little bit mentally, so we can prepare for our next record, whatever that means. That's
cool. Now, you guys have been shooting a lot of videos lately too, right? Tell me a little bit about that. We got the brand new video from the Almost coming up on the show today.
Yeah, we're doing a deluxe edition of Monster at the end of the month, and we shot 2 new videos for that. And the deluxe edition will have 5 B-sides and 4 videos. So the 2 videos.
Sweet.
The 2 videos that came out upon release of the record, plus 2 new ones we just did.
That's cool. Now, if you already have the Almost album, you can just buy the EP, right? But if okay, that's pretty cool. I always hate that when bands like release a deluxe edition like half a year or a year later.
You gotta buy the whole thing.
And then you gotta buy the whole thing.
They're like, we changed the color of the cover. Please buy it again.
But they added like 2 songs, so it's like you got to get the songs.
Well, we wrote and recorded so many songs that at least for us, it was the most songs ever. It was like 17 or something, and there's never before. The only reason to release this now is because there was sort of an outpour of people who wanted it all in one place. It was really hard to get it all.
Right.
I was like, there's this thing called the internet. But I think kids, it was just kind of hard to wrangle all the songs, because one random song would go to Best Buy, or one would go to iTunes or whatever, or Hot Topic or whatever, you know. And so I think this is going to be, the point is to kind of scoop it all up in a pile.
Yeah, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. All right, well, if you want to find out more details, you can check out the Almost MySpace page, Facebook, all that stuff.
Indeed.
Link up TVUlive.com. Now, the Almost on tour with Switchfoot. Have you guys ever toured with Switchfoot before?
No, I've just done some shows. We're really stoked.
How did that come about? Just called up John Foreman like, hey, we really like
Yo, Johnny!
Yo, Johnny!
No, they just asked us, and we were like, heck yes. So.
That's pretty sweet. No one famous has ever asked me to do anything, so I guess if Switchfoot was like, hey, you want to come on tour? I'd say yes.
Yeah, you would. You don't say no to Switchfoot, man.
You don't say no to Switchfoot.
You just make it happen.
It's like the mob. They just made you an offer you couldn't refuse, and you're like, all right, well, can't say no. So what do you guys got coming up other than the tour with Switchfoot? You got anything special planned for this tour?
We got some stuff up our sleeve. Come out and watch.
Dude, it's not going to be in my area. I'd have to fly somewhere.
Okay.
Every time this guy's on the show, he's always like, well, I can't tell you.
Busting your chops.
After Switchfoot, we're doing another headlining run out west. And that's also
cool.
not near you, but it's going to be awesome.
All right, so if I want to see the Almost, I'm going to have to get a plane ticket somewhere.
Well, and dates are still being added, so.
Okay, all right,
You never know.
I'll keep my fingers crossed. Actually, I was just talking recently with the Classic Crime and House of Heroes who went on a West Coast only tour, and I was like, why? So whatever, man. I guess if you guys don't want to tour around me, if you guys don't want me to come and see your show.
Sorry, bro.
We played your area about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I was there.
Oh,
I was there.
Was it a good show?
It was an awesome show,
I thought
man.
It was good.
I thought you guys really like
Aaron's
killed it.
voice was on. We did good. It felt good.
I was really disappointed.
We had an early morning that day.
Yeah, no, I understand. I was actually really disappointed that House of Heroes wasn't at that show.
We tried to make that happen.
Yeah, what was up with that, man?
Those heroes are going to their houses.
You just think because they were in their hometown, they don't have to play the show? It
Right.
just doesn't make any sense.
Hey.
I won't blame you guys, though. I'll blame them.
Yeah, blame them.
So let's talk about the video. When did you guys shoot that? Where? Give me the lowdown.
A couple months ago in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's actually the oldest rock club on the East Coast now that CBGB's been closed down. It's called the Milestone.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
How was shooting that?
Awesome.
Gross.
Yeah.
Hot.
They were like, hey, sorry the place is so gross. We're like, what are you talking about? We're like eating food off the floor that we just dropped. I'm like, this place is awesome.
Oh, man.
We felt right at home.
You said it was a little bit hot. Why was it?
There's no air in the middle of summer.
It was like 1,000 degrees in there at least.
Oh,
It
man.
was at least 1 billion degrees.
That was really hot. And then there was like, lighting, and that made it more awesome.
Right. How many times did you guys have to shoot it before it was
So many.
1 billion.
About 10 times too.
It's always harder when you're shooting a video too because you're like overcompensating with your body language because you're not actually making any
Like, I'm
sounds,
so
So you're like super going for it. So you're just like, ugh.
And it was just made it more hot than it already had to be.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
We're real bad about disbanding too. When they go cut, we just all run away, and they're like, oh.
Well, if it's 1,000 degrees, you have to run away and take a break, get something to drink, and then come back.
You just need to leave. There's like too much fog, too many lights, weird people walking in between cut, like fixing your, and you're like,
Is there really?
It's really weird.
Oh man, that would be a little.
It's
weird.
strange for us.
How much did you guys have to like do makeup and all of that and like?
Oh, they don't want you to look
sweaty.
sweaty.
Well, did they have to reapply the makeup?
Yeah, because you sweat through it, so they have to come and dab you. There's like wardrobe people, and they grade you on like how you're dressed. Yeah, you're cool enough. All right, cool. Yeah, go ahead. It's like really weird.
I hope you appreciate that video, because let me tell you what, apparently it was tough to do. That's cool. Now, that wasn't the only video you guys shot, right?
We did one for Monster as well, the title track, and that'll be out on the deluxe edition as well.
That's cool. And when and where did you shoot that?
Same day.
Same day, and that was at an old plantation in Charlotte.
Oh, wow. Equally. That's a long day.
It was like a 20-hour day.
Oh, man.
And it was hot, and we had to dress in like period correct clothing. And we carried torches and muskets. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
Yeah, for Monster it's kind of it's the most theatric we've ever gotten.
That's crazy.
We're like, oh, dude, we're so Thriller right now. But it was crazy. It was cool. And those Civil War reenactment guys that you always see on TV, they were doing that where we were filming.
Really?
It was real funny.
Wait, they did that for real, or?
It had nothing to do with our video. They were
really?
Same location.
Yeah, they were just there. It was like a legit state park, like old houses and cabins and this and that. And I remember seeing a kid, and he was dead on the ground. I was like, what's your job?
Should I call somebody?
I was like, all right, cool.
Dude, that worked out perfectly, though. I mean, like, themed, and then bam, they're right there, right?
I'm like, that kid needs a Dr. Pepper. It's hot out here.
That's fantastic. All right, well, you can get both of those videos then on the EP, on the deluxe edition as well. So
yeah, it'll be cool.
And when does that come out?
The end of this month.
End of the month. All right. Well, if you want to pick that up, check out the shop page at RadioU.com. You can get all the details there as well. Guys, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks for having us
today. It is TVU's Most Wanted.